Hey everybody, welcome to episode 4 of the VHS Bandits. This week we talk about Trick or Treat. Let's pop in the tape.
It's party time!
Rock and roll will never die. At least not this Halloween.
You've heard of raising spirits from the dead by incantations, right?
Yes.
I did that by playing the record backwards.
You're the bait, and bait is you.
Sammy Kerr. He's a rock and roll nightmare.
I am a big fan of yours. I've got all your records. Shut up!
This message was meant for me.
Sammy Kerr. His fans won't let him die. He won't let them live.
You should be loyal to your hero. Make it turn on you.
Trick or treat.
Looks like we better check out the party punch.
Starring Mark Price from Family Ties, with special guest appearances by Ozzy Osbourne and Gene Simmons of Kiss.
And now, our feature presentation.
Hey everybody, welcome again, episode 4 of the VHS Bandits. This week we're talking about the sweet, sweet movie called Trick or Treat. With me as always is Topher Hansen.
Hello.
And the Dane Train.
Happy Halloween, everybody. Oh, yeah, happy Halloween. So we're doing more episodes for October. So we should be doing one old horror movie per week. Is the idea. Anyway.
That's what we're aiming for.
That's what we're aiming for.
Maybe we'll have 4 total at the end of the month.
They'll show up sometime.
Yeah, they'll show up at some point.
We're going to hopefully have 4 spooky movies for you other bandits out there to hopefully find on tape and watch at some point.
Right.
And we got an awesome one for you today.
Yeah, this one is Trick or Treat. Not to be confused with Trick *R Treat, which is a newer movie. This is from 1987.
Yeah,
I believe.
that one.
Yes?
1986.
1986. My
2010 or
apologies.
something.
Yeah, that's okay.
So this is a rock and roll horror movie. One of the best genres of horror that is out there.
There are so many ridiculously good 80s hair metal horror movies that came out during the era, such as Rock and Roll Nightmare.
That was good.
Hard Rock Zombies. I just found one recently that I'm hoping we can find someday called Rocktober Blood. So there's a lot of good ones out there.
Yeah, this one was great.
It's funny thing is that, so we watched this movie, I don't know, a couple years ago. We were like, it's not that great. We watched it tonight, and it's so much better than I remember.
Yeah, I know. The second viewing is way better.
This is the first time I've ever seen it. You guys saw it earlier.
Yeah.
So this was all fresh to me, but I still thoroughly enjoyed it.
So you need to go in the other room and watch this again and then come back so that we're all on the same level.
Yeah,
exactly.
just let me see the tape and I'll go watch it again.
Okay.
So, Dane Train, why don't you describe the
cover art.
the cover, and
yeah.
then read the back.
So this is, the actual packaging of this tape that we have is one of my absolute favorite ways that you can get a tape. And this is an X-rental tape. It's in a translucent kind of clear plastic case where the owner of the video store cut the case to fit inside this. He cut the actual cardboard case that the movie originally came in, and he kind of fit it inside this clear plastic case. And it's really funny because you have the head-banging metalhead guy on the cover with like a ring of fire around him, and it says "Trick or Treat" in this kind of like red, orangey, fiery font. And there's this goofy blue like alien demon monster in the cover that I thought it had like a big long like Pinocchio pin nose, but I think it's a tongue.
I thought it was like a saber, like a sword or something.
I thought it was a nose, too. I thought it was like one of those weird creatures from the Dark Crystal.
Oh, that's exactly what I was thinking. Yeah, exactly.
Kind of guys with the long nose, whatever. Yeah.
Now, on the cover up on the top, it says, starring Mark Price of Family Ties and special guest appearances by superstars Ozzy Osbourne and Gene Simmons. And that's true. They do. Both of them have very, very quick cameos.
Yeah,
in this.
Gene Simmons has a decent amount of.
He's in one scene.
He has he has more lines than Ozzy Osbourne, but Ozzy Osbourne has a more memorable part.
Yeah,
really? You think so?
To me,
yeah.
Now the tagline on the cover says, "What are you afraid of? It's only rock and roll."
Can I just say, going about the cover, so we have this sweet 1986 cover with the Ring of Fire and the rock and roll and the guitar and this monster, but if you check IMDb right now, the cover is like an updated one where it's like just terrible Photoshop, and it's like a skull and Gene Simmons like 40 years later after or whatever. It's like current Gene Simmons and like maybe Ozzy Osbourne like 20 years after this was made, or like it's not stills from the movie. It is pictures of both their heads. They have the smallest parts in this movie, and they are front and center on the cover. Well, no rock and roll to be found.
You gotta really reel them in with the rock and roll superstars.
That
show up for less than 5 minutes each in this movie.
One thing that's kind of interesting about this box art is that it has the R-rated pendant on the bottom left, which I don't think I've ever seen on any other cover ever.
Yeah, I can't think of any other movie cover I've seen that would have the rating right on the front. But
no rules. Rock and roll breaks all the rules.
Yeah, exactly.
So on the back, this one they show you on the front and the back that this is from Lorimar Home Video, as you might know from Lorimar Entertainment. On the back, USA Today says Trick or Treat is a horror film.
Oh, they were not wrong.
Let's just state a few facts about this.
Trick or Treat is 96 minutes long.
If you couldn't
Trick or Treat is a feature film.
So the movie, this is the description of the movie in the back. It says this mesmerizing horror adventure takes you into the terrifying dark side of rock and roll. Yeah. Mark Price of Family Ties stars as Eddie Weinbauer, not to be confused with Rousdower from MST3K. A teenage outcast who idolizes Sammy Kerr, a heavy metal rock superstar. After Sammy dies a violent death, his spirit returns to help Eddie get even with his high school tormentors. In doing so, Sammy begins to gain control of Eddie's life and brings him deeper into the world of the occult. Even Eddie realizes that he has become the tool of Sammy's evil revenge. He attempts to stop him. The terrorizing events that follow leave no one unscathed. Special guest appearances by rock superstars Ozzy Osbourne and Gene Simmons, and a dramatic heavy metal soundtrack make Trick or Treat a horrifying classic. Yeah!
All of that fit on the back of the box?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. That
makes me want to rent it. Hell yeah, it does.
Wow. That was a lot of
Where did they keep this movie? In a library.
Now the thing, too, that I love about this, again, I love X-rental tapes. I love the history of a tape that has the stickers and all the patina to it, because you know that these tapes have a lot of history. I mean, this Trick or Treat movie, what I'm saying is that this specific tape that we have here, how many people have rented this? How many slumber parties, Halloweens has this been watched at a house with pizza and trick-or-treat candy? And
how much pizza was consumed during this movie?
Right.
I'm going to guess at least 10 people have watched this movie.
10.
At least including us?
Not including us. So we'd be...
So 13 people.
Yeah, 13.
Just think about how many hands, how many homes that this specific tape has been into. Now, the interesting thing is that the spindles on the bottom of the tape are yellow as hell.
I don't know if that was like a Halloween theme or something, or if it's just like sun like bleached.
Yeah, that I don't know. And then the other thing too is that if you look at the sticker on the cover of this thing, it says that it's from 212 Main Street, Video Home something or 778. So this was somebody wrote a bunch of the stuff on the tape from the rental store, and they just blacked it out with a marker.
Yeah, they don't want anyone going back to that non-existent video store anymore.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
We got this sweet movie from there. Let's go break in and get more. Oh, wait a sec. It's a McDonald's.
Yeah.
On the sticker, it says catalog 416.
Yeah.
But that's like on the Lorimar sticker, like from the factory. I have no idea what that means, though.
That's weird.
Yeah, fun fact. Anyway, let's get into the movie.
Well, real quick. So who got the tape? Who found it? Where did it come from? Where did this tape we have in our possession come from?
This is mine. I don't remember where I got it. I feel like we watched a DVD of this, or it was the first viewing on the tape. Because I feel like I found this tape after viewing it for the first time on another format.
I think, if I recall, you bought this tape down the Cape somewhere, and you came home and you were like, "Oh my God, look what I found!" You know?
Yeah, it's definitely it's a hidden gem.
Yeah.
I have no idea where I got this tape.
I was gonna
Maybe
say
it just showed up one day.
Yeah.
maybe the rock gods decided that it would.
I
the
feel like
rock demons.
Rick Slash or whatever his name is going to spit himself out of my VCR and murder us all today.
Sammy Kerr.
Sammy Kerr. That's a terrible
metal
name.
rock superstar.
So just real quick, because you're not sure where you
Yeah.
got this or where you watched it before, the DVD is actually out of print.
Oh, really?
I know later on, we'll say you can watch it here or do whatever.
Yeah.
You're going to have a hard time finding a DVD copy of this because I could not find one on Amazon.
Wow.
Really?
You guys are
Yeah.
just going to have to all come over my house and watch it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, not
Yep.
to mention that I don't know how many times we're going to be able to do that because this tape is in pretty rough shape.
It is. You can hear the...
Yeah, there's a lot of grinding and tracking sounds and
beginning of the tape during the
your
opening trailers is all fucked up.
Your auto tracking was going crazy.
Oh,
the
it was
whole
working
movie.
hard. It was working hard.
So let's get into the movie.
Yes.
So we popped the tape in. It's only got one trailer.
Which is Monster in the Closet, an okay movie.
Yeah.
It's not that great. It's from
it's got its
Troma,
moments.
but it's okay.
Yeah, it's just a monster going.
The whole time, the whole movie. If you guys have seen
Monster in
the Closet, it's just the monster going literally for 90 minutes.
But
You
this
got-
movie,
you got me
this
hooked on that.
movie's way better
Yeah,
than that.
this movie just... Okay, I haven't seen Monster in the Closet, but this movie I would say is a lot better.
yeah, good call. So, how does it start?
It starts out with you meet the main kid, the main character.
He's writing a letter. So,
Ragman.
yeah, he's writing a letter to his rock star
superstar?
legend, hero, who is what's his name?
Sammy Kerr.
Sammy Kerr.
Who's a hometown...
Right. They went to the same high school.
superstar.
Yeah, he's a
Yeah.
hometown hero from this high school.
That's the words.
So he wanted to, this rock star dude wanted to play a show at the high school where our main character, Eddie / Rumsack Tickle, what is his name?
Ragman. It says it on his license plate because he drives around in a
he has.
vanity plate that says
jalopy.
I have no idea why his name is Ragman.
They never explain it.
They don't. But
No.
so, and
Probably 'cause
then
he's
for the
so
second half of the movie, they
metal.
call him Eddie. I don't know. Whatever.
Well, that's his name.
Yeah. So then he's writing this letter to his rock and roll hero, who the school committee or whoever said that this guy cannot play at the high school. He's too full of satanic hijinks. Rock and roll is bad for the youths.
It's basically the town that Footloose takes place in.
Yeah, but rock and roll, pretty much, yeah.
But rock and roll.
And even, he's literally, this kid is the only one in the town that likes rock and roll music.
Heavy metal. And it's pretty apparent by his room that's got like Anthrax and Poison,
Yeah.
Rat, and Motley
Just-
Crue.
Yeah, he doesn't
and
even
all
like-
kinds of hair metal.
Yeah, it's not satanic metal.
No,
it's
no.
all glam metal.
But he's clearly like
Which is
he's
not
wearing
really
like
metal.
really grungy clothes, and like if it were maybe 5 or 10 years
It'd
later,
be like Nirvana.
yeah, like he would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
But
he's just ahead of the time.
Right.
He's ahead of
right.
the time.
But they gotta they gotta paint him as the outcast of the school because he loves rock and roll music, and everyone else likes their Duran Duran or ABBA or I don't know.
They don't mention what
Hall &
anyone
Oates.
else listens to, but
No.
like everyone hates this kid in his high school because he likes rock and roll.
We seem to watch a lot of movies where the main character or the main focus, just people don't like them.
Right, yeah.
Think of The Right Connection. The kids, no one liked those kids.
Nope.
I mean, they were pretty shitty.
I mean, did you like those
Yeah,
kids?
I mean, so right away, like, he's getting ragged on by the bullies, and let's see, he was like taking a shower after gym class or whatever. And
right.
They are
They,
going
like,
through his
towel him
locker.
and, like-
and it's really weird. Like, okay, so obviously, given our ages, we didn't grow up in the 80s, so
Right.
and I never got like too bullied in high school.
Not to the point where I was stripped naked and like taken Polaroids of out in the hallway.
But maybe it's just like the over the top bullying in movies. But it always seems like that. Like, well, okay, they got to be naked in front of girls.
It's kind of like Carrie.
Yeah, exactly. We
Except
gotta,
he doesn't
like,
get his period.
We completely gotta like rummage through his lockers, steal his stuff, destroy his stuff.
Yeah, all the typical high school bully stuff in movies happens to this kid. All because he likes glam metal and whatever.
We find out though that his rock idol died in a motel fire or something like that.
So he was like, this is basically who's the like Twisted Sister? You know, they went to Congress and whatever. So there's like a scene like that where he's this rock and roll dude is like addressing Congress, and he's like,
You're oppressing freedom of speech, and you hate creativity and
you can't
freedom.
censor our minds, man. And he like gets in a fight with Congress, and then so I feel like it's implied that this hotel fire was set by, like, it wasn't an accident, like he was murdered. It doesn't tell me that, but I feel like that's the undertones of the scene in the hotel
conspiracy theories.
Yeah. So this kid goes to school. He's dead. Well, the kid's not dead, but the rock and roll dude's dead.
Then he goes to visit.
I just like saying rock and roll.
The rock and roll.
I need to say
Rock
we're gonna
and roll!
check how many times I say rock and roll in this episode.
He goes to the radio station.
Yeah, his local radio station. Where who is the DJ? The only DJ, and his name is Nuke. By the way, the best name ever. Legally changing my name to Nuke right now.
You should do it. Dane Train. Right. Who's the
which one of our two celebrities could this?
The head of Kiss, Gene Simmons.
Is he really? He's the bass player of Kiss. Well, the most recognizable member of Kiss.
He's the lead singer.
No, he's not.
He's. I would say they're co-lead singers. I don't know. I don't listen to Kiss.
All right, we don't need to get into the politics of Kiss.
Him and Ace.
All right. You know more about Kiss than I do. I don't know.
Gene Simmons
is a whole other podcast.
Tell me, no, you're wrong, but you don't know nothing about Kiss.
You're right. I have no idea what I'm talking
Apparently,
about.
Nuke knew Sammy Kane.
Yeah, they went to high school together.
Sammy whatever. Sammy Kerr.
Yeah.
I keep wanting to call him something very different. And apparently he was kind of a dick. So the kid's like, wah, 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 I'm so sad that he's dead. And Nuke is like, oh, man, well, don't be too sad. But I got this sweet recording, the last recording ever of these guys. And this is the demo record. And you can have it because I made a copy, so it's technically not the only demo record out there.
Yeah, so his plan is it's like Halloween time. So his plan is to play this unreleased song at midnight on Halloween. And foreshadowing, that comes into play later.
It does. So
dun,
then
dun, dun.
He gets bullied by the...
let's just call him Bully.
Yeah.
The bully. Who looks like Duke Nukem.
The stereotypical 80s bully. And his
with
posse
a
of
semi-blonde
douchebags.
mullet thing. And
They bully him some more. And there's this one girl who's like, oh, come to this sweet pool party at this indoor school pool.
Yeah, so they break into the school, I guess. And literally there is 200 kids at this pool party at the school. After hours.
Cool pool party.
Some of the girls
cool
are
pool party,
topless.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I missed
topless,
it, but
some
apparently that's
gratuitous
a thing.
nudity.
Really, get that rated R.
Yeah, that's why it's on the
there.
front, because there is topless girls at the pool party.
Twice.
So that's 4 boobs for anyone keeping track at home.
So, yeah, the girl who invited Ed Ragman wasn't there when he was getting bullied and they threw him in the pool. Apparently they stuck like a weight in his backpack because they were just trying to murder him.
Yeah, I don't know why he was wearing a backpack to a pool party.
Well, he had to carry his trunks and his towel.
Oh,
So
true.
Possibly
So
his
had,
floaties.
He did. He
Maybe
had
he's
to
not
wear.
a strong swimmer, and they knew that, and that's why they...
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so they try to murder this kid.
Maybe goggles.
And then the girl saves him. Like the girl that's like the only nice girl in school saves him, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then this is where he like swears revenge on
he's
everybody.
I'm gonna nail those bastards.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he says.
But I'm gonna nail them now today.
And then drives
if that
away in his
happens,
car all
like
wet.
a SWAT team would come down and call this kid a terrorist or whatever, you know.
Yeah. But
He
luckily
said
this is the 80s, so nobody cares.
Yeah,
It's
right.
not a red flag at all.
Right. They're just like, yeah, you should get beat up, nerd. And then they push him and steal his backpack because that's what they do to stereotypical kids who get bullied.
Yeah.
Then he goes home and listens to that record. And
Backwards.
Turns out it has a backward message
Yep.
from Sammy Carr. Whatever.
beyond
Sammy
the
Carr. Sammy Carr.
He's
The
telling him to
Nail him. Kill them all. Nail him. Right. Nail him. Kill them all.
Yeah, and he can like talk to this record and it gives him answers, right?
So
I don't know what he
clearly,
said. But
it's
he can
just
do
like,
that.
yeah, you can't understand anything that
It's just
the
blah, blah,
record
blah,
says.
blah, 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 blah.
Clearly, the motel fire just like burned his voice box because you
he
can
recorded
barely.
this before the
So the thing basically the whole thing that you come to find out is that Sammy Kerr did some kind of crazy satanic ritual in the hotel.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah, dude.
Is
he
that,
was,
is
he was
that his
in,
fever dream
well,
when he's
So
listening
my
to it?
conspiracy
I don't
theory
remember.
is wrong?
Yeah, no. He's in like this ring of fire with like a pentagram underneath him, and he's sitting down there like this.
Oh, no, I thought that was a... Yes, I thought
totally
that was a
did not
dream.
understand that
was
at
in the
all.
hotel?
Yeah,
I thought
that was when he got
weird.
burned up.
No,
in the
because
hotel.
the kid's listening to the record, and
I think,
and then he's dreaming. It shows him dreaming.
But what I'm thinking is that I think
He's dreaming that
I
motel
think
burning
he's
down?
seeing that of what happened to Sammy Kerr when he died.
Wow, that
That's
makes...
how Sammy Kerr gets into his.
I mean, yeah,
That makes
I mean,
so
like, why
much
else would he
more
be so
sense.
satanic, or why
I
would he
don't
be
know.
this crazy ghost?
Yeah.
I think it's
because he's a dick.
Well,
Right?
he's a dick satanic guy who did a satanic ritual.
Well, either way you want to interpret it, he's a ghost
The
now.
ghost wants to murder the bullies.
Yes.
He's
The-
straight up murder the bullies.
Because obviously this kid Hogwarts, whatever his name is, Hogman,
he's Hogwarts.
he's his only fan, like in this entire state.
Yeah, nobody else likes this guy's music. So, is this where we get to the first murder or accident? So he goes back to school, right? And then he's in the. He's like cool now.
Is that like the shop?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Is he
He's
cool now, or is he cool
sets
after?
up a plan. He's kind of cocky about this. He sets
Yeah.
up like weird. I
Like a
wouldn't call
trap.
them booby traps. Yeah, I wouldn't call them exactly that, but essentially they are booby traps.
Yeah.
Because he's gonna go to the douchebag.
He's gonna
smash
get
his
revenge.
lunch in his face. He's gonna
Right.
nail him.
Yeah, he's gonna
nail
nail
him.
D-bag.
Yeah, he's gonna nail them all.
Wait, no, we didn't even talk. That's not the first thing. The first thing is the girl, right? In the car?
No.
Let's continue with
We'll get to the
shop.
girl in the car.
That's just a great.
Oh, we're
scene
not even
of
going to the shop
cinematic.
scene. This is just the chase, where the bullies chase him, and he's like, "Oh, here's a chair in the way. Oh, here's the mop
yeah,
in the way."
he kind of like
Here's
Home
the-
Alone's the halls beforehand.
Yeah,
and like puts like the janitor mop, like it's like
D-bag
called
posse, like
Wet Floor
slips-
3000.
Slips on the water, and they go flying down a flight of stairs, and then the D-bag's like, "All right, we got him cornered." He like runs into this office, and it turns out it's the teacher's lounge, and he sprays all the teachers with the fire extinguisher.
Yeah, the bully sprays all the
them.
teachers. Yeah, and he gets nailed in
they're
trouble.
they're on janitorial duty all morning.
Yeah, so
Why
then,
don't they get suspended or detention?
Yeah.
Why are they on
because
janitorial
that's
duty?
not significant to the plot.
Well, I guess child labor is okay in that time.
Maybe because the
Child labor, they're probably 18. They're seniors.
because they're like those like
they're probably held back.
they're like the jerk rich kids, so probably their parents are
Yeah.
throwing the principal a couple bucks.
Then they go to the he's like, now Eddie, our like
Ragman.
protagonist Ragman
Ragman.
is
He's like, what now? to the record.
Talks to the record.
He talks to the record.
Yeah.
He straight up talks to the record, and the record talks back. It's just like
it's like a yak back.
Yeah, exactly. He says, "What do I do now?" And then he plays it
like
backwards,
a Magic 8 Ball.
It's a different
pretty
message.
much, but possessed with a demon
right.
star. You know, same thing.
And he's like, "Oh, go to the metal shop tomorrow." So he goes to the metal shop, and the bullies show up, and they're like, "We just had to do janitorial duty. I've never cleaned anything in my life."
Yeah, and this kid's just trying to mind his own business in the metal shop, eating a Twinkie.
Eating a Twinkie and a peanut butter sandwich.
And then in come the bullies, and one bully just like stands there, and he's like
He's clearly just the
backup bully, like because he doesn't say anything.
He's like at the door, just watching to make sure that
he's the lookout.
Strickland
he's the
isn't
lookout
showing up.
bully. And
we forgot to mention though that Ragman puts.
I feel like the audience is confused.
Eddie,
because I'm confused.
Eddie puts the recording, whatever.
Oh, he puts it on a tape,
onto a cassette tape, which he does a couple times, just to really spread the demon out there.
Yeah.
So he's sitting in the metal shop listening to it, and once the bullies come in to fuck him up,
did they come in to fuck him?
Yeah.
Is that what was going on in that scene? Is that why he had a Twinkie?
Eddie wants to nail them, but they really come.
The bullies
want
to fuck him.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. The demon comes out. Sammy Kerr.
Wait, does he?
Well, not like he doesn't actually.
No, he doesn't manifest.
No, not yet.
But
he turns on the machines.
Right.
Gets the main D-bag,
so he's wearing a
tie,
squared off 80s tie,
which is the same color as his shirt, which I really don't understand.
It's not good fashion.
I'm not big into fashion.
That's okay. So it gets caught in like a lathe and then there's like a drill bit or something, but it doesn't really look like a drill. I don't know.
It's like a sideways drill press because it's coming.
Yeah,
his face is like
when
down.
You have a lathe, that thing goes up against the wood.
Oh, and that's the carving mechanism.
Right.
Okay, I'm dumb.
All right, so that makes way more sense. But it's like this big spinning spike, and it's going to drill into
his like eyeball.
Yeah. And he's like, "Oh, Eddie, turn it off, turn it off, turn it off," and he hesitates for dramatic effect.
Yeah.
And then he turns it off.
Yeah.
And then they get out of there and they're like, we'll get you next time.
Yeah. And then does he go back to... We haven't talked... He has a friend. Eddie has one more friend, Roger, who, comes in and out. He's just like...
He's kind of a nerdy guy. He's like, dude, you missed trigonometry this morning.
Yeah, he looks like Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah.
And he's just like the voice of reason because he's like... Eddie talks to him about the tape, and he's like, "Oh, I'm getting these messages or whatever," and then he's just like, "Shut up! No, you're not. We've got trigonometry to do. Let's focus on what's important."
Come on, man.
It's like a marketing
School is
scheme.
cool.
Yeah. And so, and then is that when the car scene happens? Just say yes.
Yeah. He gives him that chrome cassette tape.
Yeah, he makes
as a peace offering.
As a second
tape.
But we all know it's a booby trap.
Yep.
And the D-bag and his girlfriend,
they're like making out
at Makeout
Lovers Lake or whatever,
wherever you want to call it, the stereotypical
makeout
isolated
section.
area where youths go to fornicate.
Yep.
And then all of a
he's
sudden
like,
he
"I
gets
gotta
a headache.
take a shit," or
he's
something.
like, "Oh, I feel weird," and he leaves. And
and he just like walks away while his girlfriend's in the car.
I don't know.
And then she listens to the tape for whatever reason.
Yeah. And the demon comes out as a ectoplasmic.
Yeah, it's like rotoscoped, ghostly apparition. It's like green. It looks like a fart is coming out of the
and it just starts
the headphones
fondling her because it's just glowing around her boobs and around her crotchal region.
Yes. And it so it looks like her clothes like literally rip in half. It looks like tearaway. It's like gym clothes, like her entire outfit.
That
is
scene
a tearaway
from Hollow
gym
Man,
suit.
and she's kind of into it because she's like jamming out, and it's also feeling really good.
Yeah.
And then,
I mean, why wouldn't it? Farts are caressing your body.
Yeah, exactly.
That feels good. Everyone knows that.
Yeah. I highly recommend it.
They smell.
Highly recommend it.
And what,
especially with a sweet guitar solo in there.
And what ends up showing up? The kooky blue thing that's on the cover of the movie, which is the only time that we ever see it for literally 2 seconds.
Yeah, this monster shows up, and then does it kill her? No, she ends up in the hospital.
It hospitalized her.
That's it. That's the last time you ever see her.
Yeah, that's it. But it's really weird because it's like
It's a nice little surprise because you don't expect a giant like booger monster thing to show up in the car. I don't know how it even fits in the car, but it does. It's like a huge monster.
Booger monsters can fit anywhere.
I guess so.
It's
farts, boogers. This got it all.
Liquids take the shape of the container that they are in. So booger monsters,
as our booger monsters,
All right, enough trigonometry, you nerds. Let's move on to this rock and roll movie.
Don't push me into a pool, Dane Train.
Oh, so during all this time, the other, every now and then on the television, we see
Ozzy Osbourne,
tidied up Ozzy Osbourne with his parted hair, looking
like a preacher.
like a reverend.
Yeah, he's a reverend.
Talking about the evilness that is all this music.
The funny thing, though, is like he's trying really, really hard through all of this not to swear. Like he pauses a few times.
I feel like he's just trying really hard to like speak English.
Yeah. I have faith in him.
This is before he was like blah, 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 blah,
yeah, I
blah,
feel
blah,
like he could, he could actually talk coherent sentences at that point in time, but
he was having trouble with the lines a little bit.
He was, which I feel
whatever. He's probably getting paid.
Yeah, like, a lot of people in this movie actually did, and we saw the boom mic come into shot a couple times.
I missed that.
Yeah. You went to go take a leak or something during that.
But it's supposed to be like broadcast television, so that's probably
no, in regular scenes. Yeah.
Oh,
when Eddie's mom got picked up by her boyfriend,
Stan,
you see the
the boom mic is actually picking him up.
Yeah, for 2 seconds at the top of the frame.
Yeah.
So all you guys try to look out for that.
What a goof.
So Ozzy Osbourne is on.
Yeah,
TV
he's like
talking
about how rock and roll is, bad for kids and whatever.
Yeah, and then
because that's a funny juxtaposition of
Eddie
his
starts to think that this is enough. Things have gone a little too far.
Yep.
Which is weird because he's really only seen one thing happen.
Yeah, which is this girl went to the hospital. And
no, he didn't see that. It was the metal shop place thing, and he's like, "Whoa, I don't want to do it." And then the voice. I'm pretty sure the voice is like, nope, we're going to do this. And then all his hi-fi stereophonic equipment goes crazy. And Pepsi spills onto the record.
Oh, yeah. That.
It's this crazy. It's
like a ghost
drawn out scene.
Yeah, a ghost is manifesting, or a demon or whatever. This Sammy Kerr is like manifesting himself through this kid's stereo. But like the last straw, the like final ingredient to ghost manifestation is like Dr. Pepper spills on the the turntable, then it spills. There is a lot of soda in this can. It is constant. It's a waterfall of soda. This is a never-ending can, and that is what summons demons. So be careful out there. This is less of an entertainment value and more of a warning for anybody who likes to put soft beverages near their turntables.
Yeah, don't do it.
Yeah, if you're like
you might resurrect the dead.
If you're some DJ, don't have soda near your stuff.
No.
You're gonna summon and all kinds of dead rock and roll
demons. You will
demons.
wreak havoc on someone's high school somewhere.
Not to mention, your records are going to get all sticky. And you don't want that.
That's gross.
Yeah, that is terrible.
So now
they're hard to clean.
Yeah, go ahead.
The crap has really hit the fan now that Eddie Kerr has now manifested himself. Now stuff is really going to get real.
Yeah, he's like, you can't get rid of me. We got to nail these guys. That's what you wanted. We're going to nail them.
So he wants to use him. He wants to use Eddie as like his like puppet almost to like just kill people. I don't know really why he wants to kill people. He's just evil.
He's
just an evil.
He's a satanic jerk.
He is.
And
he needs souls.
So
because someone has to show up at his shows in hell.
Yeah. So how the demonology of this works is for him to show up, you need to be playing his tape, and there needs to be some sort of electricity around or something. Like he'll come out of your boombox, he'll come out of your TV, or whatever.
Yeah, we got to point out that he kills Ozzy Osbourne
through the TV.
Through the TV.
And the little old lady, too.
And the little old lady.
Oh, we'll get to her later.
We'll get to her later. Which comes later.
That comes later.
He is clearly a fan of radio over TV because he always kills people through the TV, but he's always traveling through the radios.
That's right. Wow.
So clearly he's just a fan of that format.
So Ozzy Osbourne is on the TV while they're having their discussion, and then he's going blah, 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 rock and roll's bad. Blah, blah.
Sammy Kerr reaches through the screen and
he just wipes the screen.
Yeah, and then it's all snow and static.
Dun, 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 and then you hear Ozzy Osbourne go, and that's how he dies. Yeah, so he's dead now.
So the kid decides to kind of go straight. So he's not wearing his punk clothes anymore. He's wearing 80s pastel.
He's wearing short shorts. There was a lot of male short shorts in this movie.
He's listening to
if he's not wearing
music,
chains and skulls, it's short shorts.
He's trying to change his life.
And he has a revelation that, okay, I got to get that tape back from that D-bag because
Right.
I don't want anything bad to happen to him. So he enlists Roger.
This is where Roger comes into the
Roger,
story.
who's very good at breaking into cars because he had to break into the D-bag's car to get the platinum tape.
Yeah, the tape is it's like chrome dipped for some reason. I don't know why.
Just to really stand out amongst all the other
tapes instead of labeling it.
But Roger gets it. Like I said, really good at picking locks of cars.
Yeah, so he goes into this kid's car because he
away.
didn't take out the tape or destroy it himself or anything, so he left it in his car?
He probably didn't even lock his car, and maybe Roger actually is really shitty.
Yeah.
He's good at trigonometry, but he's not good at committing felonies.
No.
Breaking and entering.
But he did manage to get the tape, and so Eddie was like, you have to destroy this tape. I don't know why he didn't do it either. He didn't go himself.
Yeah, wouldn't you think? Well, I mean, maybe he just
I think he was busy.
Maybe he
doing
lives
laundry.
closer. Maybe Roger lives closer. But he could have been like,
but he has a moped.
Bring it back here and
I'll destroy it.
It. It's my responsibility.
So
that would have been the sensible thing to do.
Yeah, well, he's a teenager. So Roger tells him, he's like, yeah, I destroyed the tape, whatever. But he's curious, so he puts it in. He didn't actually destroy it. That's the thing. So he listens to the tape himself on his home stereo.
While making a peanut butter and chocolate milkshake, which looked kind of delicious.
That is a pretty good idea. So he's making a milkshake.
But that's how you know when...
And he uses chunky peanut butter.
Sammy Kerr shows up because all the appliances go crazy. The blender explodes. He never gets to enjoy that milkshake.
No, I wanted to see him at least have a last milkshake.
Yeah.
Sammy Kerr comes out and says, "You're going to play this cassette at the Halloween high school dance or else I'm going to kill you." And then there's this old lady on TV and he rips her out and she turns into one giant big block of graphite.
So the best thing, there's an old lady on TV that was talking about rock and roll's bad or whatever. So the best thing about this, him reaching into the TV and pulling her out, she is TV. She's not old lady size. She is TV size. She is still she's 3 feet tall. So she's just as big as she was on the TV, which is the best part. And then she crumbles into dust.
How does no one on the TV networks freak out that this thing is happening? Were they just
they explained away Ozzy Osbourne by having he had a brain hemorrhage. This lady, no explanation.
They're just I guess that's it. She just vanished.
She just vanished into someone's living room and
guess
is now
we were
a
talking
dust
to
ball.
a magician.
The best part of the whole movie,
abracadabra,
is Roger taking on his vacuum to vacuum up the graphite old lady.
Oh my
best part
god!
of the movie, right there.
If you don't like anything else we've said about this movie, just watch that scene because it is amazing.
We should also point out about this that through almost the whole movie, not through the whole movie because Eddie's mom is home a lot, but the parents are almost never home.
Oh, we only see his mom but she comes in
teachers.
45 minutes into the movie.
Yeah.
There's no adults in this town.
So Roger's got to play the tape.
At
Eddie at the dance.
the high school dance, yeah.
Eddie is like, nope, I'm done. I'm just going to stay home.
But he thinks the tape is destroyed.
He does, yeah.
Yeah.
And
so he thinks that all is safe.
The girl who
it is not.
The girl who invited him to the pool party and tried to warm up to him because she's trying to be friendly. Yeah, exactly. He's the outcast, and it's like, hey, I don't want you to murder me.
And she's the plot device, so they have to get together.
Right. So she calls him and is like, where are you? what's that playing in the background? Oh my God, Roger is playing the tape. What a dinkus.
Yeah. So then at the Halloween high school dance emerges there. So wait, there's some dude with like Groucho glasses. He's like the teacher. So he's one of the adults in this movie, one of the two adults. And he's introducing the live entertainment. I forget what the name of the band was.
Yeah.
It was
They
like,
were like
Kick Attack.
Yeah. Some super,
There's lots of like
super lame name.
Yeah, there's lots of like obviously this movie is filled with like
Sweet heavy metal.
Yeah, like in air quotes heavy metal, just 80s guitar shit when like every lyric is just ooh yeah
And
rock and roll,
sweet guitar solo. Beely, beely, beely.
yeah. So then the guitarist or the lead singer of this band, the Kicking Back Flash band or whatever,
that would have been so much better.
So he goes up to, he's like adjusting his stack, and then who comes out of
fake Marshall stack?
Yeah, of the fake Marshall stack is the rock and roll demon. And he kills this guy in front of hundreds of students. Nobody cares, though.
Explodes him.
Yeah.
With sparks and everything.
Every explosion in this is just like sparklers being thrown at the camera.
But it completely disintegrates that victim, we'll call it.
Yeah,
the
he's just
victim.
gone.
There's like a police officer and
smoking
this
shoes
guy.
and
Yeah,
that's all
smoking
that's left.
shoes and like they drop something and it's just like.
Yeah, there's not a lot of blood.
No.
People who die just disappear.
Actually, I don't think there's any blood.
There is blood because in the first like scene when they introduce the rock and roll demon dude when he's not dead, they're like playing like a clip from his like one of his shows, and he's eating a snake.
Oh,
he
yeah.
like rips a snake in
So-
half and like soaks himself in blood.
So there's no human blood though.
Yeah, only
No human
reptile blood.
Yeah, only reptile.
So
blood. That's fine.
That's how
fine.
they got
That's how they got the R rating.
the
on
R
the
rating
front.
instead of NC-17.
He starts playing at the
Yeah.
high school show.
Like a guitar flies up in the air, lands in his hand, and it's the rock and roll demon.
Totally beautiful.
And then-
just one swift motion.
He starts like pounding his leg like to get the beat going, like buh, buh, buh. And then like the audience follows along. Keep in mind, nobody fucking likes this dude, but everyone is following along with his song, and the band starts playing with him. They don't even know this song. Ugh.
They're all under a demon rock and roll spell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they must be under his spell.
Because if they know who he is or are jamming along to his song, then why are they making fun, like picking on?
Right, exactly.
Eddie
The whole movie is for
whole time?
nothing.
They just really hate him, which
Yeah.
is very believable given that's like a big theme of all the movies we watched so far.
So then he sings the song, and he's supposed to be like, he's a demon, and he has been killing the shit out of many people. But
He's like stealing their souls.
Yeah.
He's shooting them with lasers.
So he's singing, rock and roll, steal your soul.
trick or treat.
Does he say trick or treat?
He does. He said it like a few times.
Because nobody trick or treats in this movie.
Right, because
I have no idea why it's
yeah,
called
I
that.
don't understand why they'd call it trick or treat, but
They should
that's
just call
one
it
of
rock and roll demon
on
guy.
the original score, which we looked up while we were watching this movie.
Available on iTunes.
Available on iTunes or Apple Music or whatever you got. One of the songs is called "Trick or Treat."
Yeah,
we
so
didn't
I
listen
guess that's
to it,
this
but
one?
we just watched the movie, so whatever.
Whatever. It's probably this song. So he's supposed to be this badass motherfucker killing people, but he sings this like lame glam song, and he is doing like
Hey, it was the 80s, you know?
and he's doing like the most effeminate like drag queen dance that
it
anyone
was the
could
80s.
do.
It takes everyone so long to like start panicking though, because he's like, I'm playing the guitar. Pow, you're dead.
Yeah,
Pow,
he
you're dead.
laser
Pow, you're
beams
dead.
the audience, and everyone's like loving it. And then he's just like, fuck it, I'm gonna laser beam everyone with my laser guitar. Pew, pew,
After
pew.
like the 5th or 6th victim, people are like, oh shit, we should probably get out of here.
Yeah, they
I'll
don't
just move out of the
panic.
way when he tries to shoot lasers my way, and then
yeah,
everyone
they're
everyone
literally
leaves.
after the first guy who gets lasered and dies. People just rush the
Yeah,
stage.
someone takes
They're
a
like,
spot,
that
like,
was
right at
great.
the front of the
I want to
stage.
be lasered next. So then there is mass panic after the like 6th laser attack, and everyone like leaves the auditorium, and
Ed's
Eddie
gotta
comes
get
to
to this-
save the day.
Yeah, like the true hero, I guess.
I
don't know.
Sammy Kerr comes up and friggin' blows up the main bad guy, the bully kid.
Ooh, he blows his head off.
Oh yeah, so they
with electricity.
Oh, because
from a socket.
the bully kid's not in the like stage or whatever. He's not listening to the
he's not
dance.
in the auditorium.
He's like trying
he goes
to
the
rape
girl's
this
bathroom.
girl.
Yeah, he tries to have his way with the girl who's being nice to Ed.
Yeah.
And she's like, no. And he's like, come on, you did it once before. She's like, just leave me alone. She goes after him. Eddie sees him in the hallway, and he's trying to be nice. He's trying to save people.
Right. He's like, hey, I know you're a douchebag, but we got to get out of here. There's a rock and roll demon on our tail. And he's like, fuck yo.
And then his head explodes.
Yeah, rock and roll demon grabs him by the neck, and then he licks his, like, really long fingernails and sticks it in a conveniently located electrical socket, and then just surges electricity through himself into the bully and explodes his head.
So after that happens, we find out the way that they can kill or stop Sammy Kerr. And
his toilet water.
No. When he's in the school, when he's causing you just have to cut off any power source.
Oh yeah,
because apparently he's not so much a demon. He's just like
electricity.
Battery. Yeah, he's like Electro, the Spider-Man villain, where it's like, I'm just living electricity, but also I'm from hell.
Right.
And Roger comes in, saves the day, kills the
there's
school
like
power, which is just a little box in like a hallway or something. I don't know.
Entire like power grid for this, really large school is just located by one of the exit doors next to a locker, and all you have to do is hit it with a shovel or something, and then all the power to the entire school is gone, and
they're safe from Sammy Kerr.
Yeah, so then they go to his house for some reason. I don't really know why.
He's chasing them, so he's
they're trying to get away, but he's already gone.
And then they go into his house to try to get away from Sammy, and he's knocking down all of his radios and whatnot to get rid of him.
That's because it's midnight on Halloween,
yes.
So the radio station is playing the song, and for some reason they decide to play it backwards first because radio stations do that.
The kid decided to go home first before he's like, I know this radio station is going to kill everybody, but let me go home and take a nap.
Remember, Sammy Kerr blasted through some guy's random window and started chasing him.
Yeah, because when do we get to the toilet scene?
That's
he gets
in
into
the
his
house.
Yeah.
And
then
there
was
trying
a radio
to...
in the bathroom. He came through the radio bathroom, and then he did it. He like busted through the door. His hand accidentally slips into the toilet, and you find out that
They throw the hamper at him, and that causes him to trip and fall, and his hand comedically falls in the toilet, and that's his kryptonite. That's his
toilet water.
Toilet water.
So, and he almost gets out of the toilet, but no, the girl flushes it, and it sucks his hand back down.
So if you ever have someone captive with their hand in the toilet, just flush it, and they'll stay there longer.
Exactly.
That's the point of the story.
Now they know how to get rid of undead rock stars.
Yeah, with just water. He's like the Wicked Witch of the West. Just water will do it.
Which is
a little dab will do you.
You'd think if he's electricity, they'd just wear rubber and he wouldn't affect them at all.
Oh, yeah. They should just put some rubber boots on. They're fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Huh.
I don't know.
So
they got to go to the radio station now.
They go to the radio station.
To destroy the tape.
They find out that the tape is being controlled by Sammy Kerr's electrical powers.
And he's playing Dolly Parton.
Yeah, he's playing Dolly Parton at the radio station, but the control room is... It's like an electronic whirlwind hellscape, right?
Mm-hmm. So he takes the Dolly Parton playing radio, throws it in the back of the police car.
Which they stole. Sorry, they stole a police car.
Because the police is dead.
Yeah, they killed an
how did he
officer
zap
of the law.
him? He electrocuted him somehow.
Oh,
he got tased.
Yeah, they tried to tase him, and he sucked the juice out of the taser and exploded, evaporated, electrocuted, whatever you want to call it. The police officer.
Yeah, I'm going to say that for budget constraints, he just disappeared and they showed smoking boots. So that's how he died.
It's possible.
He's got this plan to put Sammy Kerr in the back of the police car.
Oh, yeah.
Drive off a cliff into some water and hope pray that that's what kills Sammy Kerr's.
Yeah, that was pretty
undead
cool.
ghost.
draw his spirit away from protecting the tape that was playing at the radio station. So the female love interest, I guess we can call her at this point, could go in and destroy it, which she does by just dropping something really heavy.
We don't even see that, do we? It's just
we
done.
do, but it's like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Like, Sammy gets pulled out of the radio station. He's in the back of the cop car, and he's like, you got me. But I'm also electricity, so I'll melt the cage,
He possessed another car, and there was like this cool backwards car chase. Or he possessed the kid's car while he was driving it, right?
Yeah.
And he drives him under a 16-wheeler, and he chops off the top of the car and becomes a convertible.
They run to the dance.
Yeah.
Yeah, they run through some fireworks. They go off
everything
one of those
just explodes for no reason.
Sweet jumps, and it almost goes off a bridge.
And they send a kid on so there's this trick-or-treater guy. He's dressed up as a ghost riding his bicycle, and they run him off the road off of a bridge, and he falls into a lake. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
And then he dies in the lake.
Yeah, that's kind of it.
And then the movie ends.
Ed survives.
Sammy Kerr's ghost.
Yeah,
crashing the car into the lake, which is clear. I would say a 2, maybe 3-story fall.
Oh yeah,
I don't know.
Easily. It was like a really big bridge.
Yeah, but that's about it.
Yeah. And then they go back to the radio station. He's like, movie's over. Bye. And that's the end of the movie.
Trick or treat.
That's Trick or Treat. And it was fucking amazing.
Yeah, it's awesome.
In a nutshell.
It is fantastic. Great. Well, tomorrow is October 1st. So that was a good kickoff to the Halloween season.
I just had one note that was great for, it was the Roger. So when Eddie calls Roger, it takes Roger a while to pick up. But Roger answers the phone, and he's like, "Hey, man, sorry. I just got call waiting. I feel like a real bigwig." That was my favorite quote of the movie.
Roger is such an underrated character in this movie.
He is.
Yeah, he's the real hero of this movie.
He is.
So what do you guys think?
All right.
What would you guys rate it?
Fucking 10 out of 10.
I give it a 9.5 skulls.
You know what? You know what? You're probably right. 9.5 is true because there's not as many rock and roll deaths as I wish there would have been.
Yeah, no.
So laser guitar is pretty good though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it just a 9 out of 10.
Ooh. Okay.
I know. I just want
to watch it again. Then
I want to be.
Yeah,
exactly.
Second time you'll get that extra.
I'll get that extra something. But no, this was it was fun.
Yeah.
Great soundtrack.
Yeah.
Well,
for
entertaining soundtrack.
It was entertaining is a good way to. Good way to put it.
This is one of those movies where
you need to get some junky food.
Yeah, well, if it's Halloween and you're hanging out with your friends on Halloween,
you gotta go by the VHS Bandit code.
Yeah, that's right.
The VHS Bandit code. For this, we got the Halloween Whopper.
All three of us. We all got the newly advertised A1 steak sauce Burger King Halloween burger that just comes with black buns. Well, first of all, the problem is the dinguses over at the Burger King on West Boylston Street in Worcester. Don't ever go there because they screwed up all 3 of our black Halloween burgers. All of them.
And it wasn't like we were doing difficult orders.
We were taking less things.
They didn't put the cheese on the cheeseburger. How difficult? Clearly they had a vendetta against us.
It was seriously, it was schemed.
Yeah, but
we got ripped off.
You two got the
write a letter to that Burger King guys.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. But you guys got
you can sign our petition online.
The pumpkin Oreo
that was
shake. Milkshakes.
10 out of 10. That was awesome.
Yeah,
really good meal, really good shake to have during this movie.
Yeah. So speaking of ratings, IMDb.
Yes,
the rating for this movie was a 5.7.
Bullshit. It is 10 out of 10.
What? Come on.
Yeah, I know. I didn't read the reviews, but because I couldn't find it on DVD on Amazon, I don't have a review for that. So we'll put our review in for that.
Yeah. Let's do it.
We'll go on Amazon, find someone who's selling a VHS copy. I'll buy it. Why not?
It's worth it.
And I'll rate it and give it 5-star.
There you go.
Because that's the closest.
This is an amazing movie. If you
Yes.
can find this anywhere, I know Kev said it's not on DVD. If you run into a VHS, buy it. It is amazing.
Is it on
I'm sure
YouTube?
you can.
Probably.
I imagine so.
Probably.
Most stuff is on YouTube.
Yeah.
Everything's on YouTube.
I don't think
Everything's
anyone's
on
getting
YouTube.
any more residuals from it, so you might as well.
You never know. You never know.
Yeah.
What's his name? Oh crap! I can't think of his name in UHF.
Weird Al Yankovic?
No, not Weird Al Yankovic. Well, I'm sure he's probably getting residual checks.
Oh, you thought that he looked like Stanley Spadowski?
Yeah,
with
yeah.
the
Oh,
long
okay.
hair?
Well, there's that. No, but shit, I can't think of his name. The oops, just call me Mr.
Oh,
Emo
sure.
Phillips?
Mr.
Yeah, Emo Phillips. He's still getting residual checks from UHF, but
That's awesome.
he only gets a nickel.
Is
But
it,
he
but
still
it's
gets
like,
checks.
but UHF is still in print, though.
Yes,
That's the
Yeah.
thing.
That's
It, like,
true.
just came out on
Well, this
Blu-ray,
has Gene Simmons, and that dude just loves money.
Oh, yeah.
So you never know.
Yeah.
I don't have any interesting facts on this movie. IMDb has a couple things, but it's nothing really worth mentioning.
There's like
it's
a goof thing, and I
yeah,
don't know.
it's like one of them was really crappy because it's like there's a cut scene at the end, and it's just like Ozzy Osbourne saying half a line, and that's it.
Yeah.
Less than 20 seconds.
Don't watch the cutscene.
Yeah, don't bother.
Not worth it.
So I'm going to be a part of a buddy of mine's podcast called the GNL Show.
I listen to it all the time. It's great.
Yeah, you do?
Yes.
How do you watch it? On YouTube?
On YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. You just
Or
go on YouTube.
on some other website.
Oh, I don't know.
Ah.
Yeah.
What does GNL stand for?
I honestly have no clue. I'm going to be recording it tomorrow.
Well, you have to tune in to find
Yeah,
out.
exactly.
There you go. There you go.
Tune in
GNL
to
show,
find out.
guys.
But I just wanted to give him a plug because I'm going to be a part of it. And
It's about movies, too, right?
I think we're going to be talking about movies. Movies and like old TV shows, like 90s TV shows.
Sweet.
Which is really my forte because I watch a lot of TV.
I'll be listening.
Good, you should. So, definitely check that out. I'm sure we'll post a link of it when it comes up.
Yep.
And I'll obviously shamelessly plug us repeatedly on that. So, as always, you can follow us on Twitter at the VHS Bandits. Facebook.com/the VHS Bandits. You can email us at thevhsbandits@gmail.com.
And that'll do it.
That'll do it for this episode.
We have a couple other spooky movies coming up for you guys this season. So happy Halloween, and we'll see you again soon. So until then, pleasant nightmares.
And as always, be kind and rewind.